Hey there, YouTube family. This is the Stocks with Josh show, but today I'm hanging out in Larry's den.
Hey, what's up? What's up? This is Studio A. I'm Stock Up with Larry Jones, aka the Turtleneck Trader.
Larry, what do you got planned for us today?
Hey, good people, listen. This is going to be a lot different from the way Josh always shoots. We were here having a discussion. I said, man, let's just cut the camera on and have a little fun. And this is going to be totally unorthodox from the way he traditionally shoots. But at the beginning of this, if you're not subscribed to this page, Stock Up with Josh, please do yourself a favor and come join the family and subscribe. Hit that like button and that notification bell if you're already not subscribed, okay? And in the middle, I want you to remind me to ask the people. I got something I want to ask y'all to do for us, okay? And so we're going to do that right in the middle. All right. So we're going to talk about Google, Amazon, Meta, and then Shib versus Doge, because we just gonna be going at it. All right. And so we're going to interrupt each other. It's going to be like a hot round, and we're just going to end the video. Matter of fact, why don't I just ask them what I want to ask them now?
Go ahead.
Listen, this is what I want to ask you guys. You guys know that Stock Up with Josh deserves more than the amount of subscribers that he has. And so my plea to everyone out there, and that's what this video is going to be about, is to every single one of you guys, you're responsible for getting 3 other people to subscribe. It's simple. Go to your loved ones. Go to he's been making you money. I literally went back and started looking at some of his plays. I guarantee you, if you've been following him, you've been making money. If you have been making money from Stocks with Josh, and just saying that if you've been following his advice and making money, I want you to leave a comment on this video today. This should be the most commented video yet till this day that he has. All right,
Larry, one of my favorite comments, I got this last week, was one of the guys said that they had made 700% on one of my plays.
There you go.
Now, I'll be honest, I haven't made 700%
right.
on my plays.
Bruh, just 10%. No, just joking. But listen, just do that, good people. You can't, listen, we can't make all of this money. It's not a fish tank. It's an ocean. So make sure your loved ones, your nieces, your nephews, just subscribe, okay? Say, I will. Thank you. All right, let's get into it. All right.
On that note, Larry,
okay.
I just want to add in, this is Sunday. This is a little bit more inspirational. Yeah. I had one of you guys in the comment section just really come out and lay it out and say, man, things have gone really bad. You know, I'm glad that you guys have new money to put in. I'm locked in all my trades. All my trades are down. This sucks. And I just want to say to you guys, there is no black cloud over your heads in this market or in Wall Street. Larry and I have been doing this for many decades, and I can tell you that we've learned that it's through educating ourselves, pressing in, and not giving up that we've been able to turn things around and make money. Isn't that true, Larry?
That is true. Absolutely.
There's no black clouds.
There is none. I lost
money.
Everything when I made my first investment. Lost it all. But I realized that it was my mistake because I lost it all. I just didn't do. There was no Josh. There was no Stock Up with Larry Jones. There was none of us on YouTube. There was no YouTube when I made my first investment. But now, if you're that bad, whoever that person is, you must admit you probably had FOMO and then sold at the bottom. You just kept boom, 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 and you didn't follow instructions. You didn't wait until he said to buy. You didn't sell when he told you to sell. That's what we're here for, to help you guys make money.
And I want to add to that and say there are very, very few trades that if you didn't continue to hold them, there are very few that would be absolute losers.
Right.
A lot of it just takes time.
Right. And there is nothing in this industry, whether it be stocks or crypto, you're not going to hit everyone. But the overall journey, you should be green, period. Following any of us, we're going to make you money. Josh has areas that he's very strong in that I'm not, and vice versa.
Absolutely.
I have areas that that I'm strong in that he's not.
Absolutely.
And we both make you money. That's why we encourage you to talk to a lot of, look at a lot of different videos and do your own research. Hey, Josh,
Okay,
let's get into these stocks, man.
Yep.
All right. And to the guy that's called us Miami Vice, dang, man, don't you hate it when they, you laugh and you go, well, it's kind of right.
Larry, one guy said
we didn't plan this.
One guy said we go to the same barber.
Hey, let's get into these stocks. All right, so Google, Amazon, Meta, and I just pulled it up. All right, Google, Amazon, Meta. So I'm going to do a brief talk, and then you talk after that. All right, so let's go right to it. So I got Alphabet pull up. This is Google, for those of you that don't know. Year to date, Google is down 33%, right? I'm going to, and look at the PE. Google PE, 1974. Sounds like a good year, 19.74. Then let's go to Amazon. Amazon, down almost 40%. But look at the PE for Amazon, 92.99, okay? Now, these two companies do two different things, right? So we got to keep that in mind. Then let's look at Meta. Meta is down 70%. But look at the PE of Meta, 9.46. Steal of a deal, all right? So I'm going to talk about, feel free to interrupt me. This is lightning round, good people. We're going to interrupt each other. But here's what I feel about Google, Amazon, and Meta. Google is the better buy for me right now, right? I like Google. You guys know I like AI. I think that Google is in a fair buying range for me. Do I think Google is going to go down next year even lower? Yes, I do. I believe that all of these will go down next year when the hard recession that is still coming comes. I believe it's going to go down a little more. Maybe. Am I 100% that's going to happen? No, I'm not 100%. So what do I do until then? I dollar cost average just to make sure. Let me go to this wide camera just to make sure. So out of these three, Google is my play. Meta is so cheap. And you say, Larry, why won't you just buy Meta, which is Facebook? Because he has lost his core audience. He's doing the metaverse. Will the metaverse be big? Yes, it's going to be massive. How long is that out? 5 to 7 years. But he literally told you guys on the earnings call, well, the report came out that they are going to piss away, excuse the French, billions of dollars on the metaverse, right? Instead of building the core platform, which is Facebook. And now, instead of being creative, he is reactive. So he's chasing TikTok with Instagram. Metaverse is because, you know, Facebook owns Instagram. And so it's just a big misallocation of money. And I don't see them getting out of this hole until a minimum of another 2 quarters. You know, some people say another year. So if you are DCAing in a Meta at this price point, then I would say you're good. I'm just not touching it. And I would, if I had to pick one, my money would be in Google. Go.
Well, okay. You know, I spent a lot of times on the charts for Meta and Google, not so much for Amazon. Mm-hmm. I'll just go through some of my thoughts. I called out on my page quite a while ago that Google would eventually come back to the 200-week moving average and hit $92. Now, I'll admit that took a lot of patience because it really wasn't getting there quickly. Even when it came down to $100 or around 100, it went back up to 120, right? And so people were like, it's not going to get there. Well, we did get there. Now, I went back in time and I showed everybody that that if we take each of the major recessions and we look at Google, right, it would come down to that 200-week moving average. Right. And one time it spent just 2 weeks messing around with that 200-week moving average. Yeah. Okay. But 2 other times, it spent a couple months.
Now, do you know what's interesting about that 2 weeks? I'm going to tell you something you probably don't know. Do you know the average time that a market bottoms out? The average window of buying time, how many months it is, or the average time?
At the very bottom?
Yeah.
I would say that the very bottom, not too long.
Okay.
But I would say under a month.
That's pretty good. It's 10 days. The average window to buy stock at the bottom of a recession is about 10 days to get the absolute bottom before it bottoms out. And you guys do know that the market generally rebounds before the economy does. And so trying to time this, that's why you kind of DCA. So if you had to pick one of these three, so we don't go extremely long, if you had to pick one of these three, which one will it be?
Everybody knows that I'm a Google lover. I believe in their YouTube business. I believe in their cloud business. I did not miss the fact that on this last earning call, even though they missed a couple areas, they actually made it in. They beat in their cloud business, right? The expectations.
Yep. They did.
That was a pretty good sign that that is
where
the
everyone
future.
else was failing in their cloud business.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So they barely met it, but they did meet it.
Yes,
and that was powerful. So I would go with Google, but I will tell you this: that even though after that.
Okay, go ahead. That's what I want to know.
Well, after that, I would have to say that even though I think Amazon is probably a better business, I admit that I'm drawn to Meta, and for this reason. It's not a great reason.
Right.
I didn't trade Meta, Facebook long enough. You and I were both in Facebook back in 2008, 2009 when it came out. I can't remember the exact date, right?
Right.
And I think I bought in at around $20 and sold at 30, okay? And so I missed the train. I missed the boat. You know those people that run on the pier when the cruise is going away? That's how I felt on Facebook last time.
Yeah.
And so I kind of made a decision. I believe that when Facebook or Meta gets to $80, I'm going to take a long position.
I'm buying something
on round 2 of this company. And at that time, when we were buying Facebook, they hadn't monetized it.
It wasn't monetized,
right? And so I remember people on CNBC saying, these guys haven't proved that they can even do it.
Absolutely.
Right? Now they've got WhatsApp, which is a pretty big project, right? And they've yet to monetize it.
Right.
So they have so many things that could go well. And here's the turning point. Two turning points for Meta.
If Mark Zuckerberg just pivots.
Well, that's where I was going.
Okay.
That's where I was going. 2 turning points for Meta. If he simply decreases the amount of spend, whereas right now, quarter over quarter, he's been increasing it.
Yep.
So if he simply decreases it, that would be perceived as a pivot.
Yep.
And here's the second pivot. Okay. I made the point in my last video that Wall Street is invested in Meta. They have a stake in it. BlackRock, Vanguard.
Yep.
They're in this thing.
And they're all asking him to pivot.
There's pressure on him at this point. But here's the second thing I'm going to be keeping my eye on, and this is really big. It's when the analysts pivot.
Yep.
So right now, the analysts have not really gone out there and begun to revise their expectations.
And they will.
And they will. When they pivot, okay, which I think will happen over the next, I would say 2 quarters.
I would say 1 quarter. I believe they're going to pivot.
It'll be phase 1 analysts.
Absolutely.
And then all the people that follow the analysts that do it.
tell you the pivot because I've watched these analysts and I follow them. The pivot is coming before this year is out.
I think we could get a couple.
The pivot, the hard pivot is coming.
Yeah.
And that's when reality is going to set in. And Mark Zuckerberg, who lost $85 billion, his net worth fell by $85 billion this year alone. Poor guy.
Actually, it hit up to 100 with this last drop.
With this last drop. Like Keenan's video. Bah, bah, bah. That was hilarious.
It was great.
Hey, so we don't get too long. Let's get into Shib versus Doge. You lead off and just leave me a little time because we are 13 minutes in. Let's go.
Larry and we talk about Shib and Doge all the time. We all know right now, first of all, you could buy Doge just a couple weeks back for around 5 cents. Right now, we've seen it run up past 12 cents. And so that was the run. We're still in the winter, which means that we are simply, doesn't matter what happens. It would matter if Elon came out tomorrow and he announced an integration with Doge, then yes, Doge is going higher.
Yep.
But right now, this is sort of, buy the rumors, sell the news. The news is that Elon got Twitter, and now there might be an opportunity for Doge. Everybody's just waiting for him to make a Doge comment, which he hasn't made yet.
Yep.
And then the minute he makes that comment and Doge gets that additional push up, that's where the selling is going to begin.
Yep.
So it's okay if you want to invest in this. You just have to realize where you're at in it. Shib right now is simply getting the sympathy run up with Doge at the moment.
Yep.
But Larry made a comment in one of his videos that between the two, Shib holders have been holding Shib twice as long as they've been holding Doge.
I got that for you, good people. Let's take a look. Let's just go to Shib. Let's look at this. So, you know what? Let's start with Doge. Let's look at the average holding time. If you look at Doge, this is Doge. The typical hold time is 107 days, right? Let's not even look at market cap or anything. Let's just look at typical hold time, right? But let's look at Shib. Typical hold time, 203 days. That speaks a lot, good people. Listen, you're not buying a piece of a company. The use case that this didn't, it's running up. It's not because of the circulating supply, right? Shib is not worth anymore, right? There is no, the use case they haven't quadrupled the use case. Why is it running up? Just Elon Musk. Speculation. For those of you that are Shib lovers and Doge lovers, part of the Doge family, anything we say is not a suggestion for you to buy, hold, or sell. We're just discussing, right?
All right.
So, but let me say this. I will tell you that yes, Shib is running up because of that, but Shib also has a increase in burn rate, and Shib also just had a large purchase. Okay, now we do know about the pump and dumps. So here's what I would say about Doge. I gave you a buy range for Shib for those of you that following me, and it is under quad 0.10. Actually, quad 0.89-ish is where I would buy and just hold and wait. The herd is coming. If you are watching, this is Sunday, but I can guarantee you for the Doge holders, if you got Doge, hopefully you didn't buy it at the top already. If Monday morning CNBC starts saying, hey, Doge is spiking up because Elon and blah, blah, blah. By the time you hit that, that's when you should be selling. And there will be a little pump, but the dump will be bigger because Elon just likes to spike things. And I personally am not putting my hard-earned money and have it at the, just be so fragile to one man's comment. And so that's why I'm still not green Doge. And I would prefer to be, if I had to choose, I would have to go with Shib.
We're in the bear winter. There isn't a lot of big investors that are going to go long. Yep. You got to remember that the investors who are interested in Doge got in at 5 cents, and they've already been able to take profit at 100% at 10 cents. Just keep that in mind.
Yep.
All right, we'll probably break it off there. I'm just going to say, hey, let me know in the comment section whether you are Doge Army or Shib Army and which you think is going to do and where you think it's going to go. And also, I'll just mention that right now, MooMoo's got an offer right now of 15 stock for opening and funding an account, and you can get $30,000 potentially. If you put $100 in, you get 6 chances at stock valued at $2,000. There's also a link there for Webull, and what I like about Webull is they've got their fractional share buying, set it and forget it.
Boom.
Happy Sunday to you guys.
Yes.
We will talk to you later.
Hey, and one last thing. Remember our promise. Raise your hand. I will get 3 other people to subscribe and like this page. Blah, 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 blah. All right? Live, love, laugh, and learn, good people.
Peace and blessings.
Peace.